And of course, our president, you know, some people don't understand our president. His level of patience, I think, is what has helped Uganda to reach where it has reached. So some of us who were hot and vibrant said, no, no, no. If Kenya has stopped our eggs, we should also stop their chicks. And the president said, hey, you mean you people, that's how you're going to run this country if we give it to you?
A challenging time, also a very unique time, particularly important when Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has been an advocate of East African Federation since he was a student, and now he's the chairperson of East African Community. This is an opportunity for us. Leadership is a two-way traffic. Those you lead, you inspire them. They too inspire the leaders. You need a leader who needs to be inspired. It is our ultimate goal. Now, this week, friends, the parliamentary week has come. We want to make a statement. We want to make a statement for all leaders in East Africa to continue to provide strong leadership and commitment towards the realization of united and prosperous federated East Africa. This is indeed the challenge of this week. Your participation will therefore greatly enrich the occasion and inspire members of parliament, I should say parliaments, to play a more active role in popularizing and advancing the East African integration agenda. I want to thank you very much indeed, and thank the George with your group. I want to thank you very much indeed.
For example, when we work together beyond, you know, I remember when the EU Parliament passed a resolution against the ECOP, and that was a very serious resolution because Total, which is a company from European Union and a very critical partner in ECOP, was stuck. This is the EU Parliament. The sanctions are in billions of dollars. So what, as the executive was engaging and all that, what did we do on the parliamentary side? Through the Africa, Caribbean, EU, Africa, Caribbean, Pacific, EU Joint Parliamentary Assembly, when we were seated in Maputo, Tanzania, the speaker, the head of delegation for Tanzania, and myself, at that time, the Right Honorable Zungu was the deputy speaker of Tanzania. He's now the new speaker, the current speaker, has replaced Right Honorable Turia. So I had led the Tanzanian delegation, I had led the Ugandan delegation. We sat and we said, since we have a joint parliamentary assembly with the EU, we must revise this resolution here jointly. So, and because Uganda was the most attacked, we agreed, Tanzania, you move the motion for revision of that resolution. Kenya, Right Honorable Sholei Gladys, the deputy speaker, was leading the delegation of Kenya, support, second. Right Honorable Tayewa, second. And I had the Honorable Cecilia Ogwar and team, and we put up a spirited fight in Maputo. It was it was real fireworks, but at the end of the day, we mobilized the Caribbean, we mobilized the Pacific. We got some members of the EU Parliament who were saying indeed their colleagues had gone beyond, and we passed a resolution overriding the one the EU had passed. And because of that, we were able to continue with the ECOP without much interruption from the EU Parliament. Now, that's integration. Because if Uganda had gone for it alone, we wouldn't have succeeded. But because this is a pipeline that is supporting the region, we had it succeed. by all means. So a united force, the moment you come together, you speak strongly. But the moment you remain isolated, and I can see I've been especially engaging the EU side. And I really want to thank our partners in the EU because, as you can see, because of the engagements that we have, when the rest of the world rushed to condemn us, Uganda, you have Ebola, the whole of European Union has allowed Ugandans to continue traveling and Europeans coming to Uganda. So I want to thank the European Union, both the Commission and the Parliament, for working with us. But they could only work with us because we spoke as a united continent, as a united global south. And if you speak alone, you can't take on these guys. How many countries are they? And how big is their economy? So it is very, very important for you to look at yourself as an East African, as an African. The moment you just reduce yourself to a Ugandan, no one will even think about you. So I really want to support this agenda, but to realize it, the integration agenda, I propose that we fast track the harmonization of laws and policies across the region. We strive to eliminate remaining non-tariff barriers. I remember when I had just joined the cabinet and we were faced with one scenario in 2021 of Kenya banning our eggs. Okay? Kenya was saying, no, we no longer want eggs from Uganda. But then 90% of the chicks in the poultry sector here come from Kenya. So we said, but you mean you want to give us mothers, but when we want to return their products to you, you're saying, no, we don't want these products here. But these are eggs from chicks that we got from Kenya. And of course, our president, some people don't understand our president. His level of patience, I think, is what has helped Uganda to reach where it has reached. So some of us who were hot and vibrant said, no. If Kenya has stopped our eggs, we should also stop their chicks. And the president said, hey, you mean you people, that's how you're going to run this country if we give it to you? But slowly by slowly, he also understood our point, sent a delegation in Kenya which spoke strongly, and they again allowed our eggs. So I believe these non-tariff barriers, recently I saw the one of sugar. You stop sugar from Uganda, you allow sugar from Brazil. I mean, really? Sometimes I ask myself, I say, are we really in for the integration? So I hope we remove these non-tariff barriers. We deepen and strengthen the monetary and fiscal integration.